It is Wednesday, 13th November. Good morning. This is Mervin Hanley on THG Network's YouTube channel. It's good to be in your company this morning. Normally, we will have the news Monday to Friday, and of course on Friday, at times on a Friday, I will give commentary. But I thought it was important to just discuss or have commentary on what is about to happen by January of 2025. Donald Trump, he is now the president-elect. And on the campaign trail, time and time again, he said exactly what he will do if he becomes president. And even though many heard him, you went out in your numbers and you voted for Donald J. Trump to be the 47th president of the United States of America. And now already, he has named his border czar. This border czar will be responsible for the mass deportations of folks from the Hispanic and Latino communities, folks from the Caribbean community, wherever you are. Once you are illegal in the United States, and there is talk about even deporting those who are legal, who are naturalized. And so today, I say to you that you knew those of you who voted and supported him, you knew what you were getting yourself into because he made it clear. And those of you who rallied with Donald Trump, especially those from the Caribbean and in Black America, but I believe you rallied with him, forgetting that you have a loved one, a friend, a family member who is not legal in the United States. So what will become of that loved one after you would have thrown your support behind Donald Trump? Have you thought about that? Or is it just hitting home? Are you asking yourself, my God, what have I done? And since the US presidential election, I can't shake off the thoughts of mass deportation by the Donald Trump administration. And after he's sworn in on January 20th, 2025, take it from Mervin Hanley this morning. It will be no holds barred. Illegal immigration has been the focus on the campaign trail. And again, as I mentioned to you just a while ago, just by his selection of who will oversee this mass deportation, his border czar, I believe America is on the cusp of being at a very dark place. Now, the mass deportation of undocumented immigrants, especially when done in a sweeping, punitive manner, carries significant consequences that go beyond the immediate removal of individuals from the country. And I will give you a list of reasons on why a humane approach to immigration enforcement is essential, along with the broader impact of such a policy on families and society. Now, one of the most immediate effects is the separation of families, which can have devastating emotional and psychological effects, especially on children. Many of these children are United States citizens or have spent most of their lives in the United States. And the sudden separation from parents can lead to long-term trauma. Children separated from their families may suffer from depression, anxiety, and academic challenges. It will happen. I say may, but it will happen. And as far as the economic impact, the immigrants, and both documented and undocumented, play a crucial role in the American economy. They contribute not only through the labor force, but also through their consumer spending. Undocumented immigrants often work in industries like agriculture, construction, babysitting, and hospitality, which are heavily reliant on their labor. And to remove large numbers of workers can lead to labor shortages in these industries, resulting in higher costs for goods and services, and in some cases, a decrease in productivity. Now, I believe that an aggressive deportation strategy may create a culture of fear and mistrust, especially within the immigrant communities. When immigrants feel that authorities are targeting their communities indiscriminately, they may be less likely to report crimes, cooperate with police, or seek help when they need it, which can undermine public safety efforts. By fostering distrust, mass deportation can lead to alienation and resentment, making communities less cohesive and more vulnerable. And I want to say this because it's just not America, but even in the Caribbean, the way a country treats its immigrants reflects its values and influences on its image abroad. And the harsh, indiscriminate deportations that America is planning, that Donald Trump is planning, can harm the United States' reputation as a land of opportunity and compassion. Immigrants come to the United States in search for a better life. And we must treat immigrants with dignity because it aligns with the country's foundational values and strengths, that the United States standing as a nation that upholds human rights. Now, many undocumented immigrants are individuals who sought refuge or economic stability in the United States, often driven by dire circumstances. And while laws governing entry into a country should be respected, I believe that compassion must play a role in how these laws are enforced. A humane approach considers the contributions, the ties, and backgrounds of each person rather than treating immigration violations as solely criminal acts. Ensuring that deportations prioritize individuals who pose a threat to public safety while allowing others to pursue paths to regularization can balance enforcement with compassion. Now, as I said before, that some immigrants from Latin America or even the Caribbean communities supported Donald Trump. Don't ask me why. I cannot, while I respect the right for someone to vote how they vote, I just cannot understand when a man showed you who he was or who he is. You still did not believe him. You just voted for him. But there is a saying, when they show you who they are, believe them. And he did this. And some of you supported him, probably, possibly without fully understanding the potential consequences for undocumented family members, for undocumented friends, for undocumented neighbors you may have, for undocumented church members, fellow church members you may have, or somebody you're accustomed to hang out with at the bars. And these individuals may now find themselves rethinking their support if loved ones face deportation or prolonged delays in their immigration status. In conclusion, while deporting individuals with criminal records may align with public safety goals, a mass deportation strategy that doesn't consider individual circumstances risk creates widespread harm. And again, a more case-by-case approach not only prevents family separations and trauma, but also supports economic stability, fosters trust in the communities, and upholds the moral values that many see as central to the American identity. I want us to continue to, for those of you who believe in prayer and believe in God and your faith is deep, just continue to pray for one another, because I believe that I want to be optimistic that America will be a shining beacon and will remain a shining beacon on that hill. But I can't help to feel that we are in some challenging times, some turbulent times under the presidency of Donald J. Trump. He may surprise me. He may surprise all of us. But I can only say that from what he has done thus far in his selection, in his appointments of those who will be in his cabinet, those who will oversee the mass deportations. It is going to be a rough ride, because when I hear how the border czar who he announced will be over the mass deportations, he's around on every television network on this media blitz. And the things that comes out from his mouth, he talks about immigrants and immigration like we are filth, like these people are nobodies. Is this what we want? Is this what we have to deal with for another 4 years, for the next 4 years? And I see that some folks are calling on CARICOM, but CARICOM can't say anything right now. Donald Trump is not president as yet officially until January 20th. And then it will be very interesting to see how our CARICOM leaders move forward on this matter. It will be very interesting to look at them and to watch them and to see what they do, if anything. But that's another topic after January 20th, 2025. My name is Mervin Hanley at THG Network. Have a blessed day.
Arlinsons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years. And the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Arlinsons for simply the best. There are 2 locations, Coal Bay and on the Pondville. In Coal Bay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Pondville, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colby location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you. Nevis, satisfy your sweet tooth at Feaser's, the cozy spot in Charlestown, known for its mouth-watering ice cream and dal parade. We are open Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come in and sample our patties, sandwiches, air-fried wings with fries, hot dogs, rotis, and now our famous smoothies, in all flavors of course. And don't forget to try the famous bus-up shut and saltfish. It's Feaser's, located at the entrance to the Cotton Ginnery Mall in Charlestown, Nevis. They're also available by phone, so place your order by calling 1-869-665-2458. Don't ask about the rest, just try the best.